All right, let's start out with Leupold BX Freedom. Now this thing is available 2 to 7, 3 to 9, 4 to 12 with duplexes with all kinds of reticles, illuminated, non-illuminated. There are a lot of different variations of this scope. Pound for pound, buck for buck, punch for punch. The Leupold VX Freedoms are just great scopes. Lightweight, great glass, great track record. It's just a great buy year after year after year. Now here's a new one that'll probably surprise a lot of the guys that watch my channel. That's the new Vortex Viper HD 3 to 15 by 44. Now it's available in 2 different configurations. There's a 5 to 25 and the 3 to 15. Trust me, get the 3 to 15. If you're looking at the 5 to 25, look somewhere else. But if you can use something in the 3 to 15 power range and you want something with a really generous eye box and a large field of view and a badass illuminated reticle, this is a good one to pick. Now this is easily one of my favorites on the list, the Zeiss Conquest V4 3 to 12 by 44. When you're talking about Zeiss, you're talking about glass. You're talking about the optical image, the brightness, the clarity. The 3 to 12 is really, really in the sweet spot of the Zeiss V4 series. All right, the Steiner Predators. This is another scope that's available in a lot of different magnifications from the lower end of the hunting spectrum up to kind of the varmint hunting end, and they start getting pricey. It's at the very top of what this list is at $1,000, but you get a really good scope from a really good company with absolutely razor ass sharp optics in it. The Sig Sauer 4 to 12 by 44 Whiskey 4. Now there's something about this scope that I think is just super nice, and that's the super low profile turrets. This thing is something that's not going to look out of place at all on top of your hunting rig, because a lot of these scopes with the new taller turrets, it's just something to hang brush in the woods. This is a low profile turret with some really good glass, a couple of reticles to pick from, and there's a lot of other scopes in the Whiskey 4 series, but this one right here is the one that I like the very best. I've tested a lot of them. This is the one I kept coming back to, and if you pick it up, you're not going to be upset about it. All right, the Gopo Spectre 2.5 to 10 by 44. When you're talking about bang for the buck, for the kind of clarity that you get through the scope, Gopo is damn hard to beat. And this 2.5 to 10 has a gigantic field of view. Believe me, every scope that I've used from Gopo, and I've tested a lot of them, have incredible glass. You can't touch it for what you get optically for the dollar. The Tract Toic 2 to 10 by 42. This is another great lightweight, short, super crystal ass clear scope that's available directly from Tract. You'll see a link below. Now I don't have any discount codes or anything like that, but the guys at Tract put a lot of work into making sure they're at the very top of the class for what you get for the dollars that you spend. Now here's one that's just a little bit different. This is the Burris drop time 4.5 to 14. Now what's different about this scope? For one, it's got an adjustable objective on the front of it. The second thing is it has an extremely long eye relief. Most scopes go anywhere between about 3 to 3.5 inches of eye relief. The drop time is probably 4 to 6 inches. It's got an incredibly long eye relief. So if you have a rifle that you need extra eye relief, a lot of the single shots, Ruger #1s, and a lot of guys that's got a super hard kicking Magnum rifle that don't want that scope right up next to their eye where you end up like this, this is a really good one, and it's priced right. The Swarovski Z3 3 to 10 by 42. This thing is nothing short of incredible. A small, lightweight, incredibly clear scope that you can pick up for well under $1,000. If you'll look around, you can find this thing on sale sometimes for around $700. Now, to a lot of guys, that's a lot of money. This is a hell of a lot of scope. All right, now for the guys that are looking for a little more magnification but still want second focal plane and great illumination, there's the Meopta Optical 5 4 to 20 by 50. This is a beast. I love this scope. I just don't know another way to say it. Now, all of these scopes, every scope on this list is a winner. But this one right here is really something special because it's hard to find something with good magnification, second focal plane in this power range that has this kind of glass that people can afford. Every scope on this list is made for hunting. It's designed for hunting. Every one of these, you mount it on your hunting rifle this year, and optically, none of them at the price range hold anything back.